All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are today on rafichaudhry.com, and today we're going to discuss a little bit about a topic that was brought up in the writers columnist, major columnist. Can't talk tonight. Columnist of major publications group, and the question that was brought up is how to present yourself as a legitimate writer, especially when you start out or you're like you've been a movie critic before, or you're a new writer, or you don't have a blog. How do you, when you pitch, or when you start writing out, like even to your audience, how do you establish yourself as a serious, legitimate person that writes? And this is a good question. And starting out, I think there are some things that you can do to kind of like hack this process of going from no one knows who you are, what you write, what topics you write, what are your expertise, to very quickly getting to a point where people are taking you seriously, people are reading your stuff, people are sharing your stuff, your pitches are getting taken seriously. And so I'm going to give you guys basically 3 tips that I would tell myself 6 years ago when I started blogging and writing for different publications that I think no one told me at that time, and I kind of had to learn it over the 6 years. So let's dive right in. Point number 1 is very obvious, and if you haven't done this and you want to become a writer, it's like a no-brainer, like why you wouldn't have done it already. But you just start your own blog. Like, start your own blog, start it. And it's not that hard to set up a blog. If you don't know how to build a website, how to set up a blog, hit me up, comment below, and I'm going to connect you. I don't do web design and development personally, so I'm not going to be able to help you personally, but I will connect you with some people that are amazing at setting you up with a very decent WordPress blog at a price that you would not imagine even possible. They're not that expensive to do, and they're not that hard to do it yourself if you know how to. But personally, I'm not a tech savvy person, and so I don't really try to mess with that kind of stuff myself, so I would definitely be happy to refer you guys to someone that can help you build up your blog. But you need to start writing on your own website. Build a basic website, johnsmith.com, and have just like 4 tabs: about, contact, blog, and maybe like another thing that you're trying to promote, whatever it is that you do. But that's really all you need to have a blog. So start the blog and start writing there. Start contributing content, and not just any kind of content, but good quality content. Like, research and figure out what people in your niche are actually searching for. The target audience like that you're going after, what are they actually wanting to learn about? That's the first thing you want to do. So begin with what I like to call keyword research. If you're not doing keyword research, you're just spending all of your time creating content around things that nobody wants to learn about, and that doesn't make any sense. So when I create a blog post, the first thing I do is figure out what are the keywords that I want to target. Like, what are people actually searching for? The second thing that I want to do is gauge competition. I'm not sure if I'm spelling that word right. Probably not. But you want to figure out competition. So figure out, like, how many other blog posts are there on page 1? Are they from big name websites like Walmart.com, like online marketer.com, or like quicksprout.com? These big name sites are taking up the first few pages, the first page all the way, and you can't really go after them. Then try to pick keywords that are a little bit easier to rank for. And so what you do basically is, once you start creating content, even if you don't do all this kind of stuff, you just start writing, you will start to be taken seriously because you're actually educating people. You're writing stuff that you're doing in your business every single day, and you're putting that out there for anybody else out there who's trying to do the exact same thing that you're trying to do. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. You could be a dentist, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be an online marketer, you could be a PR person like I do. You need to start documenting what it is that you do in your business and share that with other people that are in line behind you trying to do the exact same thing. And you can go, trust me on this one, you can take that to a whole different level. You know, once you had enough content that you've created, enough videos you made, enough blog posts that you wrote that kind of share what you've kind of learned in your space and in your experience, you're going to find that that's extremely valuable for somebody else that's up and coming new in the industry that's writing behind you. So that's kind of really what big name publishers and editors, that's really what they want to see, is that you're writing and you're creating content that's actually helping out different people, and that you have that credibility because you're writing on your own blog. So that's the first thing they're going to look at to see, are you writing already? You know, have you published blog posts? Do you write? Or do you have expertise on something? So definitely start by writing on your own blog. That's tip number one. Tip number two, which I have very little room on this board and I write huge. So I'm going to erase this one and give you the second tip. The second tip that I'm going to give you is going to be kind of an interesting one. And it's kind of a tricky one for writers. And a lot of you are going to look at this and say, well, how do you get testimonials as a writer? You can get testimonials as a writer. So if you have any paid writing gigs, or even free ones, okay, you blog for somebody, or you wrote a post on somebody else's, or like you already write for some sort of big name publication, or even a smaller one. Anytime you publish an article, send it to your editor and ask them, hey, I took a lot of time to create this piece. I really broke down how I do this aspect of my business and exactly how it's done. And here are the steps that I've shared. Would you mind taking a look at it, you know? And then get your editor's comments on it. And if he or she says something really awesome, right away screenshot that, okay? Capture that and save it. Because next time when you go to pitch somebody, like you're pitching to a client, you know, or you're pitching to a big name publication, or you're pitching to me, whoever, really, you can say, hey, here's what my clients are saying. Here are the people that I've worked with, and here's what they're actually saying about my work. And actually save the link to the blog post that you wrote for them too. Put it on Google Drive, Google Docs, you know, publish if it's published, and get the URL, but make sure that you save it somewhere in your document too, because they may delete it from their website and you lose it. But make sure you take the example of the work that you've done and ask them for a testimonial. Ask them to give you their feedback, honestly, on what they thought about your article. And if it's something good, screenshot it. You know, you can say, hey, I would love to get a testimonial from you on this piece. You know, or like some feedback from you, positive feedback. What did you like about my article? Because you published it, obviously, or you accepted it, or you paid me for it. What did you like about my writing style? What did you like about the content that I shared? Get them to give you a testimonial, written testimonial. It could be a screenshot of what they emailed you back, or better yet, get them to give you a video testimonial and share that in a video. Say, hey, would you mind? I really want to write for other people, and I'm trying. You know, as you know, I'm building up my career as a writer. Is it possible for you to maybe take 2 minutes of your time and create a small video and just share your experience working with me on this particular topic? You know, project, or just say, give me your feedback, your honest feedback on what you think about the article that I wrote. And that's it. It's so easy. But once you have enough of these testimonials, you put them on your YouTube channel, you put them on your blog, you know, when you create your website, you put them in the testimonial section, you put those screenshots in there, those Facebook comments, those blog reviews, you know, whatever you get, I'm telling you, it's going to be helping you so much to give you that social proof to make you legitimate as a writer. Because you have so many people bragging about you. You have so many people that you worked with. The reality is that most people do business every single day. They get so many happy clients, but they never do one of two things. They never ask for testimonials, and they never ask that same customer for the next order, for another sale, for more work. It's like the simplest thing, and I don't understand why. You know, you don't have to be a sales expert to know that if you've gotten somebody else to pay you money, You need to go back to that person and ask them for more money once you've delivered and something and made them happy. Ask them for more work. It's so much easier to get them to hire you again than to have a new person hire you. So I'm kind of getting on a tangent here, but the main thing is that you need to get testimonials. Every time you deliver something, every single time that somebody's happy with your work, screenshot it, get them to make you a video, put that in a document, save that, and somewhere in a folder. I personally prefer Google Drive. I just put all my testimonials, all my everything in a Google Drive, and I share it. If it's a video testimonial, right away I upload it to YouTube, and I make that public to everybody, share it across my social media, so people know that that other people are liking my work. They enjoy working with me, and it's helping them out. So testimonials is really huge if you want to make yourself into a legitimate writer. I think I can fit a number 3 here. I hope you guys can see this because this marker is so bad. Okay, oh, that's horrible, horrible. Okay, you guys know what that means, number 3. So the third point is going to be also, in my opinion, kind of interesting. And this is a kind of an unorthodox way of going about it, but it is a shortcut, okay? And there's a catch-22 to this. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a catch-22 after like what I'm saying here. But you need to work with big people. Okay? That one sounds kind of strange because you're like, well, I'm trying to build up my brand. I'm trying to get to that level where I can get the big people. How do I do it? Here's a secret, okay? Here's something that I'm going to share that so many people aren't doing. You can work with big people without being a really big person yourself. You can be a tiny little fish and partner up with a huge, giant shark out there. Here's a secret to how you do that. Make them a win-win offer. Do it for free if you have to. Do it for whatever their terms are. Do it under their terms. But find whatever way you can to associate your name, your brand, with their brand. Okay? So, an example of that could be like, let's just say you're a brand new real estate agent. And you want to really get your name out there as an agent. And you want to do content marketing. You want to create videos teaching people about real estate, how you close deals, how you do this, how you do that. You want to write a blog post. But you want to make your writing and your videos credible, right? What do? You reach out to the best real estate people out there. People that are already huge in social media. People that have a noticeable, recognizable brand. One name that comes to mind is like this guy named Cody Sperber. I see his ads all the time on how he's a clever real estate investor and he does all these things. You need to reach out to people like Cody Sperber on a daily basis. You should be hitting like your every day 100, 200, 300 messages to these big influencers. Reach out to them and say, hey, my name is John Smith, my name is Rafi Chowdhury, and I'm new to this whole idea of real estate, blah blah blah, but I want to really put myself out there as an established, credible writer. I see you as a huge mentor, and I love your work. I love what you do. Would you mind taking some time to kind of take me under your wings and teach me how did you become so big, huge? And is there any way that I can work with you and I would help you with this, and this at absolutely no cost for you? In return, all I want is your experience, your mentorship, your expertise, and that's it. That's all I ask for. And the reality is that many of these people, I would say probably 90% of these people will never reply to you even. You will never hear from them again. Ever. But 10% of those people that you reach out to, if you have a good solid pitch, and you don't sound spammy, and you address by them by their first name when you email them, or even if you reach out via social media. Always say their name. 10% of those people, or maybe even 5% of those people will respond to you. It may be a no, but they'll respond to you, okay? You will have some people that will say nope. You'll have some people that will say maybe, blah blah blah, or you'll have some people that will be yes, I would love to. All you need is just those 3%, 2%, 1% of those 100 people that you reach out to say yes, because they're a huge brand. They're a big name influencer. They have a lot of following. They have credibility in the space. And if you can build your name with their name and publish something with them, or do an interview, where you get featured with them, or something that you can show to other people, your future clients, your future pitches, that you worked with that person before in that kind of capacity, it will automatically put you higher than all of your competitors that are pitching also. All of the competitor writers who are also out there pitching, to different people wanting to work with them. Because you're going to be able to show that, I've worked with big name people. I worked with, I don't know, who is big right now, like LeBron James, and I worked with Donald Trump, blah, 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 whatever. So that name association is huge. In psychology, we refer to this as halo effect. People that are like attractive looking or smell good or something like that, people automatically assume certain other things like positive characteristics and qualities about that person simply because they like that one quality about them. They automatically assume, oh, if that, she's good looking, then she must be also good at talking. She must also be good at dancing. She must also be smart. So it's almost like this halo effect type of a thing going on, where you, when you associate your name, people automatically take you more seriously, even if you don't really have the skill set necessarily. Just the name association will sort of like act as a social proof, act as a credibility type of source, to make you more important and make you more credible, make you more legitimate to anybody that you pitch to. So my biggest recommendation is that try to partner up in any capacity that you can with people that are big name influencers in your space. So to figure out who the big name influencers in your space are, you could use a software called, first of all, you can Google it. Top real estate agents. Top 20 car salesmen to follow, top 20 sales experts to follow, top 20 gas station owners to follow, top 20 restaurant owners, top 20 tech millionaires to follow, whatever your niche might, it doesn't matter. Even if you're in the medical field, even if you're in weird fields like that, there's always going to be lists of who are the top in that industry. And you need to reach out to those people, and you need to see how can you publish something with that person together, whether by video, or you do a blog post with them, or you, in whatever capacity, your name can come next to their name. That's all you're really looking for. And then once you work with them, if they're happy, well, guess what? Get a testimonial. That is the best thing you can possibly have to make yourself credible and legitimate, is testimonials from big people. If you have enough of those, you don't need anything else. You just need case studies, and you need testimonials. I should probably put case studies. In case studies, you need testimonials. And if you have those two things, you are going to be taken legitimate no matter what, because guess what? Your competitors will not take their time to do this. They're probably not going to watch this video and learn all this stuff. They're not going to do this. They're just going to go straight for the kill with a sales pitch. They have nothing about them written up. They've never written a blog post. They just want to collect quick money. And guess what? Unless they're really, really good at sales over the phone, or they're really good at pitching themselves, and if they don't have any of this stuff to show, they're not going to get the sale. But you're going to come up behind that person, and you're going to say, hey, my name is Rafi, and here are my testimonials. Here are the people that I work with. Here's, what was the first one? Here's where I write. Here's some examples of my work. Here's my portfolio. Would you be interested in working with me? I would love to take over your copywriting stuff. Or if you're pitching to a big name publication, same thing. You're going to say, hey, my name is Rafi. I publish blogs on, personal branding or PR. Here's my blog post. Here's my website. Here are my testimonials of what people say about my writing. Here's who I've worked with before in writing, so you can mention like you've already worked for or published on Huffington Post or Entrepreneur or whatever, or you work with, Stephen Curry or whatever, and then your pitch is so much better. And then you share your expertise, you show social proof of these testimonials and these big names, you show your case studies, you show them that you've already been doing this for a long time because you're already writing on this topic and doing it every day. It'll make your pitch so much better, so much stronger, and it will help make you a legitimate writer. Well, that answers the question. Thank you guys so much.